Let's go.
What's up?
Uh, Not much. Super cool week. We had a lot of fun. Had Jeremy on.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll get him to, I don't know, better internet, better camera, something. But it was really fun to have him on. I want to pick his brain a lot more
Mm-hmm.
about. I had so many other things I want to talk about, but we were, unfortunately, it's hard not to be preoccupied with like what you see on the screen. So if you see like, oh, internet's or
Yeah,
there's a delay or
of
whatever,
course.
like you can't help it.
Yeah. It was
Um,
still a really good conversation.
yeah, it was awesome. I kind of can't wait to have another one.
Yeah.
We had a really big win for our kid, OPWDD. So that was a big win for us
Mm-hmm.
as far as he's concerned.
Yeah.
Win for you guys. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Um,
Oh, ACR. We were just talking
Yeah,
about you.
yeah, we were talking about you, ACR.
I
Like,
saw
good.
you in somebody else's chat, and I was like, oh, haven't seen her in a bit, and here you are. So your ears must have been ringing because we were talking about you the other day. So it's good to see you. Glad you're here.
Jody, what's up? Another Realm podcast. Kenneth, all you guys, like, hey, what's cracking? We just figured we would hop on for a fun one. There's a couple things that we want to talk about. We don't always want to let Trump get away with everything. We have to mess with him a little bit.
Well, I will give you guys all the news. If you haven't seen it, I am officially registered for the Open.
Yeah.
I am doing my 7th Open. We love seeing you.
Yeah,
Glad you're here. I'm doing my 7th Open. Missed it last year and just started doing a little bit of CrossFit training again. I am now officially a Sentinel training athlete. I am doing Sentinel with Taylor and Lizzie and Bryson, and I did my second CrossFit workout today, and I squat snatched for the first time in 2 years, and it felt really cool to lift again and to be back doing CrossFit. But I'm not doing it like every single day. I'm really going to give myself a chance to get back into it and love it again. And I'm going to be doing the open workouts at Jet's gym, CrossFit Chief Nation. So shout out to Jet. Super excited to be able to do that. And we're back. We're in. We're doing it. And so super excited for that. So.
Oh my God, ACR.
Congratulations.
You did just have a beautiful baby. Congrats. Oh, that's so cool. Congrats. Yeah, congrats. That's awesome. Kenneth, road to 1K subscribers. It'd be cool. It would be cool.
We're at 922 right now, so
it would be super fun.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody sharing and supporting us and shouting us out. We obviously gained a lot from sponsoring Kill Taylor that one weekend. So
yeah, it was cool.
Again, shout out to all of them. And
it was awesome.
We've been growing, and we're excited. We're almost there.
Talked to Sousa the other day, and it was pretty cool what they did for us. So and we appreciate it to no end. Get with the programming, like everybody. It's so cool.
Yep. So thank you, Kenneth. We're on the road. We're almost there.
We're getting there.
Less than 100. So it's cool.
Yeah. ACR. It's not her first Open, but it's her first Open in a while. So it'll be a good time going over there and doing that. And I'll get to support, run around, cameras.
Like, don't worry, you guys will see a glimpse into me lives. Dying, whether it's Jets live on Chief Nation, or I did say that Garrett can live stream me on Glitten Things Instagram while I'm dying. So you'll see me completely get my ass kicked. So, but we're ready for it. It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened this week. I got my first. I think, what do you call it? Like, I got chastised for the first time this week because you and I were having a conversation, and some like people heard it, and no, this one guy heard it. There was one guy that was there, and he heard the conversation we were having, and I think we had been having like a 20-minute conversation, and then like he walked in 10 minutes later.
If that, I would even say whatever. More than that. Yeah.
And he just stuck around to listen to us talk. And we were talking about immigration. We were talking about, um, I don't know, just
Other
different countries or
countries.
the Columbia flight and whatnot. And he just, I, I don't know. He was pissed. He was pissed at me. He was pissed at what I said. He let me know it, and then he left. And I was just like, so you do want to have a conversation, or you
Mhm.
don't want to have a conversation about it?
Mhm.
Because I'm happy to have a conversation about it.
Mhm.
But then he didn't want to have a conversation about it. So like, I'm not really sure what happened, whatever. But um, that's the one thing I've been finding out lately. Like, what, we're 10 days in. Trump's been president for 10 days. We're 10 days in.
It's been a lot of emotion. I'll say that.
And like, we've even seen family members that are like, we can't talk to you, or
Mhm.
not, or just
No,
they,
like, no, we can't talk
yeah,
to
because our
you.
morals are different.
We can't we can't
And like, what difference are our morals? I absolutely believe that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I absolutely believe in rights for women, rights for LGBTQ, rights for what, like, it just seems to me, and this is what I'm figuring out, is they can't see that we got them already. You know what I
What
mean?
do you mean?
Like, the rights are there. We have the rights.
Oh.
We got there.
Mhm.
Like, it just seems like they're still stuck in the past. And maybe I'm wrong, but that's just what it feels like when they when they talk to me. Like, it's just, you're arguing something that happened 30, 60 years ago.
Mhm.
But this, like, they don't know when they won. You won. We won. It's good.
Well,
We're
I
good.
think it goes back to that conversation, like, will it ever be enough?
Basically, I'm racist. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That's pretty much what it was. He basically told me that I'm not American because I'm not Native American,
Mhm.
so I'm not American.
Mhm.
What's up, Slater? Good to see you, bro.
Hey. Um, well, I think first of all, we don't like change. We were talking about this earlier. Um, None of us like change. And there's a lot of change going on right now. And usually when change starts to happen, a lot of fear starts to happen as well. And we still cannot be naive to the fact that everybody and anybody has a computer or a smartphone and has the ability to talk and say whatever they want and share information. I mean, and we're doing that right now. We're literally sitting on some computers talking into a microphone, and people are choosing to sit here and listen to us.
Yeah.
So everybody and anybody has the opportunity to have conversations and to share information that they find that's clickbaity, that's race baity, that's fear baiting. I mean, all of these things and we just consume it and consume it and consume it. And so you don't know what's real. You don't know if it's true or false. You don't know what is an extreme case and not. And so anytime that you see something and you try to have a conversation about it, or you question it, or you try to say, hey, well, I also saw this, the number one response that I always get is that that's not actually happening.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time with that, because the very things that you're telling me that you believe are happening, I don't think, like, we're almost, neither one is willing to believe the other. You're telling me that this stuff isn't happening, but I'm seeing many reels or videos or hearing podcasts of people that experience this, and then vice versa.
Yeah.
And so it's the whole thing where you know people choose to share their experience, and you don't want to take away what someone's experience is, but at the same time,
That's what we
there's no room for anybody to believe that two experiences can be so different and also true.
This one, Chris I've been saying your name wrong forever, and I am so sorry. Chris Biesterfeld. I should like
Oh.
that's the correct pronunciation. We're being played. Yeah, dude, I think so. Um, the number one thing that we saw for the most part was when it came out, like that's the number one thing I heard. And it's like, oh, you voted for Trump, so you voted for ICE to be able to go into schools. But if you want to, this was something that share screen. Hold on. This was something that came out, and this is the fear thing, right? So like DL Hughley put this up, and a comedian that I've loved for a very long time, but he's like he just I don't know what's happening to him right now. But I voted for Trump, and all I got was a lousy T-shirt. Oh, and deported. This was totally AI. Like this wasn't. It was photoshopped. It wasn't. The guy says it right here, dude. This is photoshopped. If you and I looked up this photo, and he's not in that shirt, and it's not. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It it's crazy what they're trying to do to. And I see all my friends doing the same thing. Like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Like they're taking away SNAP, they're taking away Medicare, they're taking away all this stuff, and it's like he's not taking it away. Like he's trying to make it better. He's trying to cut spending so that like you have more money in your pocket. Like it it's insane. But the one thing was that hit me, that made me think about it, made me go look was ICE being allowed to go into churches, schools, and hospitals. And the one that hit me the most was schools. Chris, dude, I saw you on Outside the Box. Have you ever seen photos of video of the moon landing back in the 60s? Yeah, I have. I'm not sure how I feel about the moon landing. Like you'll have to catch me at maybe we'll do a podcast about that, but you have to catch me out there for real. But it was the schools one that got me to really sit around and think about it. And the mom in me came out, and I was, I don't know if I want my kid to see ICE roll into schools and just start pulling other kids out of schools. I don't know if I want, you know, that for him. You know what I'm saying? Or any other kid for that matter. Also, last year or the year before, there was a bunch of teenage gangs running around New York City, just beating people up and taking their shit. So if ICE has to go into schools to get them, and even if they were American kids, wouldn't law enforcement do the same? I just I don't understand why immigrants get special treatment over Americans. Like we can't do this to them because they're immigrants, but we can do it to American citizens. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's the big I guess argument you can say right now is anybody saying we want to take care of our own first before anybody else, that is where the backlash comes from, because then you get the how selfish can you be? You are only thinking about yourself. You don't care for anybody else. You want them to go back and live these horrible conditions, or who's going to pick your fruit, who's going to clean your house. I mean, all of these things. And I think when you start saying stuff like that, I think you're missing missing the bigger picture.
I had to sit back and think, and as American citizens, if we break the law, we get separated from our children. You know what I mean? We get taken away from our families. You know what I mean? So,
but that's the thing, in every other country, and including our own, when an adult makes a decision and a choice,
it affects the kid.
It affects the kid.
For sure.
And I'm not I'm empathetic to the fact that some of these adults, some of these parents that chose to leave and to come over here were doing it because they really felt like they had nothing else to do. I can absolutely be empathetic to that. But I also believe that there's what they're saying, and what I'm hearing them say is that there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. And since when have we started to blur the lines between there's a law and then there's a consequence if you break the law?
I had to go back and remember that we're always empathetic to the kids. Always. Even when Americans said like Casey Anthony, do all of the stupid, like the American people that did dumbass shit and got arrested for it or didn't get arrested for it, or Scott, whoever, what the hell's his name? I forget his name.
Peterson?
Scott Peterson, whatever. We're empathetic to the kids. And I get that. And I understand it. And I'm not mad at it. Like, you should be. If you're not empathetic to a kid, I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But to not hold the parents accountable for what they did and the choices they made to put that kid at risk like that, like, I'm sorry for the kid, but you have a shitty adult parent. Like, you just do. You have a shitty parent that put you in that position as a child, and I'm sorry that you have to deal with it, but that, like, I don't know what to tell you. Has chick. Where has ICE rolled into a school? I thought it was DHS there for another matter. The school assumed it was ICE. Maybe, I'm not sure which story you're referring to. It was just it wasn't even like there wasn't a story that I heard. It was just people running around going nuts, freaking out because they thought ICE was going to come take kids out of schools.
Mm-hmm.
But a parent's choice, like, it affects the kid. There's nothing when we have our kids, the immediate thing is, oh my God, what if I give them the wrong food? What if I introduce them to the wrong, like, school? What if I introduce them to, do I homeschool? Do I not homeschool? Every choice you make affects your kid.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and you take any other law, into play. If you make a choice as an adult, there are consequences for it. I mean, fill in the blank with any other law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think that is more of the argument. You know, I think that there is that place to be empathetic and to have the conversation of the people that are just coming in for a better life and nobody deserves to have an awful life. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I didn't even freak out when I heard that, when he was like, hey, we're going to let ICE go do its thing. I was like,
Mhm.
great. Because all it was, like, from my understanding, was we're going to go get criminals. Like, if you've committed a crime in this
criminals,
country
yeah.
and you're illegal, and Chris is right, if the very first thing you do is break the law of our country, sorry,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
you got to go. But I just
Listen,
now
I want
uh,
safety first and foremost for my kid. So it just
you have people in apartment buildings and citizens right now in New York City that probably never thought they would, but they are now cheering for the fact that ICE is coming in to get the violent criminals out of their area.
Mhm.
They just are.
Mhm.
And they actually want them to do more. I read it in the Post today.
Oh
It's like,
shit.
this is great, but can you do more? And it's people that you would not even have thought of,
Mhm.
that you would assume would have voted for Kamala, or probably did vote for Kamala, but want the violence to end. So
And I would hope that everybody could sit down and agree on that. that we want to do everything we possibly can to make every part of our country as safe as possible. Nobody should live in fear going outside. Nobody should live in fear walking down the street.
Yeah.
So the same way that we, or that, the police and our country are trying to get every and any criminal off the street to make it more safe and protected for all of us, like I would hope that we could all be on the same page to say that, we deserve to have a safe country, So,
Chris Beasterfield, I'm sure they're confused as hell. One goofy president says, come on in. Next one says, I'm going to hunt you down. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Like,
but that's how it always feels. It's one big swoop to one side. It's one big swoop to the other side. And
but also, were we ever this divided? I don't feel like we were ever this divided. I feel like Obama, Hillary, they all said the same thing. I mean, shit, even Bill Clinton, like
they all have videos saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, because it's being done so publicly and is
no, it's because they don't want Trump. They don't want Trump. So now that Trump is saying it and it's not their group saying it.
Yes.
Now they want to make it a big deal. But when they were saying it, they weren't racist and they weren't against immigration and they weren't saying like.
Yeah, but it's also very public. Like if I think back, and also too, when you're paying attention more, that also changes perspective too. But from what they're saying and all of those videos of them literally saying the same thing, and then all of the stats coming out as to how many millions were deported under each president or whatever, I don't remember during Obama's pregnancy,
Big Mike. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
His presidency, it being so public. Also, in fairness, I wasn't paying attention as much.
Yeah.
But this is so publicized. So is that where it's coming across as being inhumane, is because it's so public now, so people actually can see how sometimes ICE has to go and detain people like this, and you're actually seeing it firsthand versus just hearing about the stats later. Because when you actually show it versus just telling you, then obviously people are going to have a different reaction to that.
I feel like it's the availability of just being able to go film whatever you want to go film on your iPhone.
Yeah.
You weren't able to do that back in the day. And now that they can do it and they can call shit concentration camps. They can call shit.
I heard that.
Yeah, I know.
Did someone set up one?
No.
Did he set up one?
No. There's like,
what did you read about it? What was it? Like, I saw somebody say that, like, they were like, see, he set up his first one. So
no, there's no concentration camps. It's just, that's what they said initially when they're like, hey, if you vote for him, all of a sudden you're going to be back in slave chains and you're going to, like, gay people are going to get shot in the street and whatever, which is when Jeremy came on, I was like, hey bro, how are your rights? You good? And he's like, I'm good. Like, us too. You know what I mean? It's not, it's just a way. They did this with New York Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
There was a young Republican like party that they threw. And it was hosted by a black kid. That was a young Republican that was very in favor of Trump. And they took an overhead shot of the crowd and cropped out all the black people.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And it was,
yeah, Xavier was like, I was right there on the outside of that picture that you cropped. Like, I was right there.
Yeah, they're like, no, this, like, the Republicans don't like black people, but literally the kid that threw the event, he's a grown ass man, but he's younger than me, so he was like, what are you talking about? We're the most inclusive group.
I mean, I will say that I have seen a lot of different types of people talking about what Trump has done and all being on the same page. So
Yeah.
I will say, as much as we feel like we're so divided, I actually have also seen the impact on the other side where, again, we talk about there's certain things. Maybe it was one thing, maybe it was 5 things, maybe it was everything, but like everybody that voted for him, they honed in on that. Like, I draw the line here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, whether it's one thing, 5 things, 100 things, all of his policies, whatever, he has been making moves. And so if it was for the immigration situation going on, everybody that voted for him because of immigration are happy because he's following through on the promise that he made. You know, if it's the not medically transitioning children, everybody that voted on that is happy that that law has been put into place. That,
I'm down
you
for it. I
know,
was there for it.
so
Any
yeah,
school or whatever that gets federal funding can't, like, men can't play in women's sports. I'm
right.
like, I'm here.
Protection of women. Like, I mean, whatever those lines were, you know, a lot of people love Bobby Kennedy
Yeah.
and wanting to make America healthy again. Like,
Yeah.
and so, but when you have some people that are scared of change, all of it feels awful. All of it feels awful. And when you read everything that everybody says from one side or the other, like, it's awful until you're actually able to sit back and try to really look at what is happening. And the biggest thing that I can say is that a lot of change is happening and a lot of people are upset because
It's the freeze thing. The freeze thing freaked everybody out. Like, you're freezing Snap, you're freezing.
Well, when I first heard that, I have been fighting for the last year to get our son OPWDD.
Yeah.
For no other reason than for his future.
Yeah.
For his future. And for his services that are going to help him right now. Speech, OT, PT, tutoring, whatever it is, like, for no other reason but that.
All right, well, I got this. This is fire. This is our new press secretary, and the chicks on the right. They're
love them.
I do. They're amazing.
OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is a preposterous waste of taxpayer money. So that's what this pause is focused on, being good stewards of tax dollars.
50 million in condoms? Are you serious?
Yeah. I've read that the condoms
Wait. Finish playing.
Oh, you want to say, okay.
They use to fly explosives into Israel.
Oh,
Right. That
Yeah.
in fact, that's a headline here. Condoms, kites, birthday balloons. These weapons could lead to real war. So they pack, because I think it was Jesse Waters who did the math that like per man in Gaza, it was like 1,000 condoms per man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
it's not
insane.
It's not for sex. You know what I mean? Is it like a lot of goats are about to get pregnant?
So for me, it's like, if whatever they're doing to chill out with extra spending, and if extra spending is $50 million in condoms, bro, I'm good. Like, don't bother me. Like, it's not, didn't lower the birth rate. Yeah. What? Exactly. But nobody's reading anything. That's what it was. It was like, look for it was $50 million in condoms for Gaza, something to do with the Green New Deal or something else. And then there was like $100 million for the World Health Organization or something.
I think I saw someone,
some
I think
shit
I
like
saw
that.
another country today pulled out of the World Health Organization because it's not helping them either.
Yeah.
They're paying a bunch of money into something that's not helping them either. But, and I asked you this earlier, and I think that this is a bigger question.
Oh, Kenneth, the condoms were going to Afghanistan, not Gaza. I read in the paper. I thought I saw it in the post that it was Gaza.
I think everybody was saying it's Gaza. Like, one of the biggest like questions I have is, everybody wants organizations, oh my God.
I don't know where you're going with this. I can change the subject if you want.
No, oh my God. Nonprofit. Sorry. I was
Nonprofit,
like,
okay.
nonprofits. Everybody wants federal funding for everything. Everybody wants this program and that program and rights here and protection here and support here and assistance here and everything like that, you know, loan forgiveness and benefits and for our, you know, disabled and elderly and SSI but free schools and state schools and protection over here and whatever. And they just want the money. They just, you know, women protection, health, trauma, anybody that's been through trauma, like they want all of this stuff. Where's the money coming from?
Us.
But then you also have this enormous amount of money going everywhere else. So eventually,
Coming from us.
but eventually the money is not going to be available for somebody.
Yeah.
And so then what happens when it's not available for somebody? Then the uproar happens and they don't understand why now all of a sudden they're not getting funded.
Yeah,
and then they turn around and they say, you know, this president put us in trillions upon trillions of extra dollars in debt. Well, during his pregnancy.
Presidency.
I keep saying pregnancy.
What are you trying to tell me right now? Are you trying to
I'm not pregnant.
Okay.
Presidency. Where's all this money coming from? And eventually people are going to have to be told no. So what I'm seeing with this is, as scary as it is, and this whole idea of freezing stuff right now, is to see where actually this money is going, because it's not just for what they say it's going for. It's the same way as reading a headline. If you only read the headline, you're missing the entirety of the entire thing that's being said. That is also why we have to be careful with, you know, Prop 1 that we had here said was, you know, the headline said this, but then if you actually read it, they slip other policies in this stuff. So to say that this money is only going towards this organization for this headline thing is not.
Well, hey,
it's not actually the truth.
Prop 1 is crazy, right? Because everybody, how can you vote for Trump? How can you vote for Trump? They don't like it that we left abortion to the states or whatever, right? And they get mad at me like, you should, I voted for Trump because I didn't want to have to, I didn't want teachers or schools to be able to, you know, if my kid says he wants to be trans or whatever, I didn't want schools to be able to keep that from me, right? And so I voted for Trump for that. I voted Republican down the line in New York, and because I didn't want, and I voted no on Prop 1 because that's what Prop 1 is. Or that's what's hiding in Prop 1. New York passed that law. New York passed Prop 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Trump. I didn't get what I wanted on Prop 1. It's not like, well, I'm like, oh, fuck New York, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? That's what it is to vote. That's what it is for it to be in our hands. That's kind of the beauty of this thing. Mm-hmm. And to just be pissed off because you didn't get every fucking thing you wanted down the ballot. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
There's no way that we're all going to get every single thing that we want.
I'm not like, oh, well, now fuck New York. I'm moving out of New York. I'm leaving everything that I love and whatever, just because I didn't get what I wanted in a certain election. Mm-hmm. That's why you have certain states. It was like that for us way back in the day when we were trying to get married. There were certain states that allowed it. The federal government didn't. So if you wanted to get married, you went to that state, I don't know, had a witchy lesbian marry you, and then you were married. It's, you know what I mean? That's how it works. But they want everything they want. It's like, they want everybody not to be racist. Dude, you're going to have racist people in places. There's nothing you can do about that. You're going to have that. It's there. You're going to have religious, like, people that just want to make whatever their religion is the religion everywhere. You're going to have that. It's going to happen. It's fine. They're not going to tolerate you. That's how it's been forever. Mm-hmm. you're never going to get just everyone to be like, I don't hate you. There's always going to be someone that hates you. There's always going to be someone that dislikes you. You just have to, do you have your rights? Can you do everything that you want to do? Can you get married? Can you walk down the street? Can you hold hands? Can you do all this stuff? Yes. Okay. You won. You got there. We hit the mountaintop. What's the problem?
Yeah.
So that was that. Oh, Big Mad. The View was big, or Whoopi was big mad.
Isn't she always?
She's always big mad. But here we go.
And I love her. And I'm so
I
love her in
I
Sister
feel
Act.
like she's stuck in The Color Purple.
I love her. I love the Sister Act movies. I
know.
love them.
I also feel like she's still fighting for something that we already got and just can't enjoy the fact that we already got it. But
Kenneth, I know. She's always been mad.
When
but
was Whoopi not mad?
I
Fair.
love the Sister Act movies. Those are some of my favorite fucking movies.
But here we go. Whoopi's mad. So we're gonna find out why Whoopi's mad. And she's mad at
I do love Officer T.
She's mad at our speaker. She's mad at our speaker.
Young lady this is her first job. I would like her to do a little homework because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here. Oh, yeah. Let me explain something to you. Oh, because without that wokeness, you might not have that job. Yeah. Because women were not invited to that table.
Yeah, but we're invited to the table now. You won, girl. We're at the table.
Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about—
Thank you. Thank you for busting your behind. Thank you for making it. Thank you for paving the way. Thank you for doing all the marches. Thank you for doing all that shit. Appreciate you. Awesome. You were there for us. Solid girl. We made it. We did it. We're there. We got there. We're here. Like it's okay. You can rest now. Like you can go watch a movie. You can get popcorn. You can get all those baked goods that you wanted to get from the Staten Island bakery like a couple months ago.
About it. And to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason, because Black people couldn't get into colleges, because women could not get into the colleges they wanted to go to. This is all women. Yeah. See,
but we can now. Everybody's getting into college everywhere they want. We can get into colleges. We can get, like, women are invited, Black people are invited, gays are invited, everybody's invited. We're all invited to the table. We're good. We're good. You can stop being mad.
This is not Black, Asian women. This is all women. Women were not invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure that this was a person's world.
Hold on.
Please.
Thank you. It's a person's world. We got there.
Please stop using that phrase and talk about, because you don't understand what you're saying.
Hold on.
You're saying
every single Trump, I would say since Trump been in office, he's had women as the press secretary, except for Sean Spicer, because he started in, I forget her name, from Arkansas, Huckabee Sanders.
Yeah.
Sean Spicer, Huckabee Sanders. Then the next, I mean, he had what's his name, Miller, fill in a couple times, but then he had another female, and then the first press secretary he has this time is a female. Like, where are they getting this from? The word woke, I feel like Whoopi, she need to fire everybody that produced this show. Whoopi, you don't know what woke means. Woke has nothing to do with civil rights, constitutional civil rights. Woke has nothing to do with a meritocracy. Woke is people doing extra stuff and putting people in places that are not qualified because of the color of their skin or whatever is between their legs.
And they just refuse to see that. I just watched Vivek on Charlemagne's
Breakfast Club.
Thank you. And they could not grasp the concept of meritocracy. They could not grasp the fact that DEI is you're basing a decision on somebody's race, gender,
being
or their sexual orientation.
separated.
Right.
We're being separated again.
And it was just this giant kind of semi-cordial argument, if you will, about how you need DEI in order to save Black and gay and women and whatever. Meanwhile,
Don't we already have that in the Constitution?
it's already in the Constitution. You don't need it. It's there. It says that. But we haven't done it for what, 12 years?
I thought I sent you something and I can't find it.
More than that, probably, because what did we have?
This one.
Yeah, the guy. Yes, Kenneth. Is that the guy, Charlemagne, the tranny? Yeah, he is. Yep. And they can't. For a second, I thought that he was actually maybe kind of seeing what was happening and the shift that was happening in the country, but he's just not.
Oh, I didn't send it to you.
And Vivek, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, just let this guy cook. Like it was insane. It's only the first, like, just watch the first 20 minutes of that interview and Vivek just cooks, man. I love that dude. I think he's great. And they couldn't hear it. It was just, hey, what do you have to safeguard my Blackness? And I was like, we're here. We won. Did we not? Did I miss something? Anybody in the chat? Who made it? I want to make it. Did we not win, Jeremy? We should have talked about this on the show, but
well, a woman put up a reel that said that if she grew up in the world of DEI, that she wouldn't have worked as hard, that she wouldn't have gotten where she got by the hard work that she did to get there. And
yeah,
whenever I hear this, and okay, fine, maybe I don't understand what they're trying to say, but it always feels like it contradicts themselves. They don't want to be judged by what they look like. They want to be judged on what they do, but they don't need the DEI because they have all the credentials to do what they do. So then what's the conversation then? If you work as hard to get what you got, kudos, like, bravo to you. And you will be able to deal with 90% of the world because you work your ass off and you earned what you deserve, or you earned what you have. So
I think so. But the fact of the matter is, could it be that people just don't want to hear that they're not good enough? That's probably it, right? Like, if everything is based on merit, and someone's like, hey, you're not good enough, this person's better, is DEI just a way to not have to hear that you're not good enough?
Could be.
Oh, shit. Hashtag. Problem is you got what you wanted, but the funding won't keep coming to those orgs unless you go to the next thing. Trans map. Oh. So you just have to keep pushing forward so you can keep right. Okay. So the gay community already won, but they can't get funding anymore because we won. So in order to do that, you have to have another marginalized group, like a more marginalized group, so you can keep getting funding for that. Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's ever going to be enough.
So yeah, that means it's never going to end. Fair.
I just don't think that it's ever going to be enough. And I also,
that's crazy.
I also feel like it's
has chick now. I'm just like, that sucks.
I also feel like everybody's looking so broad.
Yeah.
Is that I need to, I need to focus on everything instead of focusing on here.
Yeah.
And she has a point here too. She busted her ass to get where she is, and frustrating since now people assume it was handed to me because
'Cause you're
she's a girl.
Right.
That's
Yes.
frustrating. And that's why you have so much frustration. That's why
Because now you can.
some people, it's very difficult to even try to listen to reasoning because of situations like that. She's like, I worked my ass off and I earned every fucking thing that I have. And now you're trying to tell me that the only reason I got to where I am is because I'm a girl.
That fucking
That has
sucks.
to be infuriating.
I'd be.
Has to be fucking infuriating to believe or to have to listen to someone else tell you how you got somewhere because of what is between your legs.
Yeah.
Officer Tatum says it perfectly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like,
That sucks.
don't you want somebody that works their ass off to get there?
And also,
Oh, it's her boobs. Sorry.
and also as a,
Hashtag
was-
said it's her boobs.
I mean,
Those work too.
you deserve it.
Those work too.
But like to always have that question in the back of your mind, to not know if you got it because you were the best at what you do or
Mhm.
because you were part of DEI. Like to always have that question in your mind has to fucking suck.
But also, you know, and maybe this is just where I'm at right now. You know, when you go from wanting and trying to find worth from everybody and anybody to make yourself feel worth it enough to a point where you only really give a shit about the very core people that you love and you care about.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not saying it's not frustrating, but how much of the world actually needs to know what you did to get there?
Yeah.
I get it. If it's at work, if it's friends, if it's, you know, friends of friends, groups or whatever that are constantly like, oh girl, you just got that because you're a girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I get that frustration. But my next question is, are they important to you?
Yeah.
Does it matter that they believe that you only got where you got because of how you look or your gender? You know, because when you're able to kind of release that, you know, Sarah from here that's on my Facebook that has opinions about something that I would never talk to about anything else, I'm allowing her to bother me. You know, if you're in a place of work and you know how hard that you worked, then you know that you're deserving and earned where you are and the earnings that you have, and you feel like you're not getting what you need. That's a different conversation. But then what do?
Right.
You go find another place or you choose to stay in that place. It goes back to like making choices, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if
Jeremy World, I'm bald and somewhat fit. That's all I got going for me, dude.
Is this the bald crew? I feel like so many of you guys are bald. Oh,
What?
sorry. Is that a mean thing to say?
Yes, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Don't marginalize them. What are you doing right now?
Too
all right.
sensitive.
This weird thing happened, and
Okay.
then we'll get to the Lyft, because the Lyft story kills me. But let me just show you this because it's just weird as fuck, and I can't.
Kenneth, we would say.
This was weird, and so liberal has
I haven't seen this.
liberal has a problem with authority. Shocker.
Trump signed an executive order saying there's only 2 genders. Do I look like someone who likes to listen to the government when they tell me what I can or cannot be? I have been reported since I was in the 3rd grade by my teachers for
Shocking that you've been reported since you were in the 3rd grade for not listening to authority.
having a problem with authority.
If I was a betting woman, I would say that you definitely follow the government according to the agenda you're trying to push.
And that's always been the problem for me with this shit, is that they're always trying to push an agenda, and you always are trying. I just that
If you don't care about the government and you don't care about following authority, then what was the point of making that video?
Right. Right.
Well, what was the point of making that video?
Unless you want all of us to just agree with you. Like, that's the only reason you're making that video, is because you want everybody to say that you're okay. You want everybody on the planet to validate that you're okay. And that's never going to happen. Ever. So, like, you're just going to keep making fucking videos.
No, the same way that not everybody likes.
Yeah. We don't all like pizza. No, maybe we do all like pizza. Like, we don't all like
That's the one
jalapenos.
food. That's
Maybe we don't all like hot sauce.
We're trying to get the baby to at least like pizza.
I know.
That's a tough one.
Okay, the Lyft's conversation. This is the best. What's up, kid?
What up, kid?
What do you want?
What?
Can I have some potato chips since I had my pouch?
I thought you were gonna keep those for tomorrow. Or do you want them now?
All right, let's do the Lyft.
Okay.
Rage Against the Machine. Yeah. They're doing it poorly, though.
What?
They're doing this absolutely poorly. All right, this was a Lyft chick. I don't know if you saw this, but what are you saying?
He's okay. Go
Oh
back
my
over
God.
there because you gotta take a shower in a little bit.
Dude, you're funny. Okay, so this is a Lyft chick that is filing a lawsuit against Lyft because she ordered a Lyft and the guy pulled up in a small car. I guess it was a regular size car, and was like, "Hey, you should order the extra large car. You're not going to fit in my car," and then canceled her Lyft. And then now she's suing Lyft for that. You never heard of this story that I'm talking about right now with the Lyft? This just happened like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that.
Oh, the real Matthew.
Damn. Oh, he's in the house. I mean, my buddy said ordered a forklift. I mean, my buddy, somebody, yeah. My buddy said like, "Hey, what are you gonna do? Like, the whole back of the car is gonna sink to the ground." Like, I'm not mad at her. It's her choice for if that's the choice that she wants to make and she wants to continue with this lifestyle instead of a healthy one, like, cool. But
How much is she suing for?
I have no idea. I didn't see that, but people were saying she's 489 pounds. That's just like, but what is she gonna do? Could she sue an airline if the airline was like, "Hey, you got to buy 2 seats"? Like, does that?
I don't think
I
they let people buy 2 seats for themselves anymore.
No, I think you can go, but you would have to buy 2 seats. So if that's, I don't know if she can do this, but her body doesn't even make sense. I thought this was over, but okay.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Yeah. I mean, those lawyers are looking happy as fuck because they know that. Oh, do you think that now that Trump's president, like, she would have won if Biden was still in office? You think she wins with Trump in office?
I don't think so.
I can't see how,
I
but
don't think so.
yeah, I don't. It goes back again to the choices that she made. I don't think it's the choices that Lyft made.
Yeah.
Or the way the car's made. Like, what if he had a Civic? And she said something like she's been in cars way smaller than that. I was like, no way. There's no way. Oh, yeah, go for it.
I don't know if we can. I can't.
I can't pull that up.
No, I can't pull that up.
Sorry. I'm gonna sue Trojan because I have to tuck it under like a tube sock
Oh,
So churchy.
Jeez. No, I think that goes back to one of those, you know,
I don't think she can get away with that anymore. Like I think people are not going to be able to get away with this anymore. Being able
no, to shout something like that and to blame somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, Jody. No, you ladies are pretty tall. This could happen to you. Take note. They could tell you to order a taller car. No.
Hmm.
My first car was literally a 1995 Honda Civic. I was
97
fine.
Civic, baby.
Yeah, I was
had a
fine.
97 Civic.
Nope, I'm good. Now, if I gain like, 200, 300 more pounds, yeah, okay, fine. I sympathize.
I don't know. I also just wonder where the line is between like attention and actual like breaking the law, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
It also
This
comes
is-
back to the part that I don't think people should be able to just randomly sue fucking people.
that's what I
Yeah.
mean. That's what I mean. So yeah, thank you. Like I don't it just seems like everybody and anybody is getting sued for something. It's another one of those things where we're shouting for freedom, we're shouting for rights to be able to live our true authentic self and do what we want when we want, walk around how we want, but all like everybody and anybody sues each other for everything.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Where is that line between like I just want attention versus an actual lawsuit?
Now the P. Diddy thing, like, right, Cassie sued Diddy
Mm-hmm.
and got a settlement. And at first I would be like, hey, I don't know if I feel like you should have to have actual proof.
Mm-hmm.
Then when the video came out of him like beating her up all over a hotel, then I was like, okay, fine, fuck it, get the money, get all the money.
But weren't you explaining it to me that there's a difference between a civil lawsuit and a criminal lawsuit?
What, she did a civil lawsuit. It wasn't a criminal one.
Yeah, but isn't for lack of better term, like isn't a civil lawsuit like you hurt my feelings?
Yeah, basically.
So I mean, when you put something in place like that, everybody that gets their feelings hurt about something can sue and try to get a lot of money from somebody else.
The chat can correct me. I feel like a civil lawsuit, like you just have to get 12 people to believe you, and you don't have to actually have proof of it. Whereas a criminal case, you have to actually have, like, there has to be fucking proof, and then 12 people have to believe you. But a civil one, I just feel like if you can pull on the heartstrings of the jury or whatever, then that's why people settle out of court. That's my understanding.
Yeah, a civil lawsuit is a legal dispute between two or more parties that is handled in court. The goal of the civil lawsuit is to seek compensation for for a violation of civil law or the Constitution. What can be the basis? Contract disputes, property damage, personal injury, debt, work-related disputes, housing, marriage of family, government, and discrimination.
I just think the burden of proof in a civil lawsuit isn't the same as the one in a criminal. And I think that's why it's so scary.
Mm-hmm.
Is you just don't have to, there doesn't have to be DNA, there doesn't have to be any of this stuff. It's just like, do you have enough circumstantial evidence to make somebody like settle?
Mm-hmm.
And when Diddy settled, I was like, okay, cool. Like, he just didn't want to deal with it. Maybe it wasn't, whatever. And then the video came out, and I was like, nah, fuck that. You need to pay everything. Whatever you paid, you need to pay it. And even in his criminal lawsuit, or his what is it, racketeering or RICO, his RICO case now, even if they don't prove that he did all the shit with the baby oil and blah 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 blah, like you got a video of him beating the shit out of a 120-pound, probably 20-something-year-old girl.
I would not even say she was 120 pounds.
Yeah,
Like, she was,
like,
yeah.
and no, sorry, you out. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just
Mm-hmm.
hashtag look at OJ. He was found civilly liable for death. Yeah, and I don't know that messes with me because as much as I think that OJ actually did it, he was found innocent in his criminal case. So I don't think that you should be able to then do that, like civilly liable for death. Like if he was innocent in a criminal case, like fuck that, you're innocent.
Oh, you're saying that
You shouldn't
don't
be able to
sue again for
Yeah.
civil.
I think that's crazy. And I think he did it. Like I'm not over here saying no, OJ didn't do it. I think OJ did it. I think he got away with it and was found guilty and or was found innocent in court. I don't think you should be able to be found liable civilly. Like I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
So, but with the OJ one, I don't care what else, but he whatever jail time, he does need to serve jail time. I saw that video. Fuck that. You get to go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. If they find you guilty for the baby oil backdoor shit, then
Oh, did he? You mean?
yeah. Diddy. Sorry. Yeah. They find like whatever. If there's videotape and proof of that, fine, go to jail for that. But he definitely needs to go to jail for beating the shit out of Cassie.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah, for sure.
There's video of that shit. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that is not okay.
I can't tell you whether all his freak offs were consenting, not consenting, whatever. People are saying shit. Shit happened 10, 15 years ago. I don't know, blah, 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 blah. But the video that I saw, dude, bye.
Yeah.
Like whatever that gets you in jail, like you need to go serve at least that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know how we got here, but
Lyft and lawsuits.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I'm not I don't know. I feel like the JC, my wife's rear windshield was smashed and evidence who did it was on camera. She pressed charges so the criminal would receive legal penalties, chose not to sue because they likely wouldn't pay. Yeah. That's the shit too. You're only going to sue somebody who has money you can get. You know what I mean?
You have to decide if it's worth it or not.
Because you're paying. But that was another point. Somebody, I forget where I saw it, but that was another point somebody brought up was like, you can sue them back, I guess. But if they don't have any money, what's the point? You're already paying, or no. So like, if Cassie sued OJ or oh god, I'm mixing everybody up. Diddy.
It's okay. I've said 2 male presidents have had pregnancies in the last
you did
hours, so it's fine.
But if Cassie sued Diddy, Cassie doesn't have to pay for the lawyer. Diddy has to pay for the lawyer. Like the lawyer for Cassie's doing it on contingency. So she's not paying for that lawyer. And I'm not saying that she's not like, whatever. I'm just using this as an example. She doesn't have to pay for the lawyer. She doesn't have to pay. The lawyer is going to get paid on however much he wins from settling with Diddy. Diddy's the one that he has to pay his lawyer. So that's why they're saying that most celebrities are just going to settle whether they did it or not. If Cassie's I know. I fucked up, dude. I fucked up.
We're talking about too many people all at once.
It's too much shit. So that's why they always say that these men have to just settle. Because if not, they're paying for the other person's attorney's time, his attorney's time, whatever the settlement's going to end up being. It's just not set up fairly, I guess, is what they're trying to say. If the person who was suing actually had to pay their lawyer, it would be a different story. That's my understanding of what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, but when it comes back to the Lyft and whatever, like, does it suck to to feel what she felt,
Sure.
but it goes back to that conversation of, are we responsible for other people's choices? Like, I'm only responsible for the choices that I make.
Yeah.
And we're raising our son to hopefully make better choices and to understand that the choices that he makes either have rewards or consequences. They either like it's kind to people or you hurt people's feelings. Like, and that's all we can do. We can only be responsible for ourselves. I put it in the same perspective as if you go into a store and they don't carry the size that you are. And so there's a difference between size in the way your body is shaped versus your choices of, how much weight you weigh.
Yeah.
If you're making those choices and they don't are you going to yell at the person? Are you going to yell at the register, the cashier lady, and sue the store because they don't carry clothes that fit you? Or are you going to go find another store? You know what I mean? I just think that it comes down to what type of response do you want? And this just kind of seems like another, let's put this on TikTok, let's put this on Instagram, let's get some followers, try to get some money out of this and make this whole big thing. And from the part of the video that I saw, and again, we always talk about this, reels are very short, wasn't there before, wasn't there after, but it seemed like he was very kind. He just said, just order a different car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to cancel
No, he wasn't
mine.
rude.
I'm going to cancel it on mine and then just order a different car, like a different car, and wasn't nasty to her, didn't call her names, didn't do any of that kind of stuff. So it just seemed like instead of just being like, okay, fine. Yeah, it's frustrating. It might make you late for something or whatever, makes you feel bad about yourself, but you have the choice to make the next move. And it just kind of.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Doug Reed is in the chat. Dude, I know your name's not Doug, but it was funny when they said the other day. Unfortunately, we live in times where good choices are labeled privilege, bad choices are viewed as victim. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if you're still in here, you were like my comment winner on the Waza live stream.
Yes, you were
Doug,
so funny.
I told your wife, Colleen and I were in tears when that comment came up on there about Starbucks. It was so funny, bro. It was great. Judge Reed. Yeah. Judge D Reed. Fair.
Yes,
Starbucks
Wi-Fi. Yes, that was it.
So good.
Yes.
Yes, go have the snack.
Goldfish? Fine.
He's out here living his best life right now.
All his homework is done, so he's
fine.
He's good.
We
went on a Panera date tonight, so he's happy.
I want to show. Would this be inappropriate to?
Probably.
I want Brock's. I want Brock's opinion on this.
So why are you showing it now?
I'm gonna give him a chance to see it first and make an opinion. I did
see this. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
My transformation after I left the rainbow for Christianity. And when I saw this, I kind of thought it was AI.
As long as I'm breathing, I've got a reason to praise the Lord. Oh, my soul. Oh, praise the Lord. Oh, my soul.
Okay, so I hate to ask this, but do you think that he actually or do you think he's just trying to sell crosses?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, my man, like, how long was that transformation? Because he looks like he weighs 180 pounds here, and then when he's in the transformation phase, he looks like he weighs 220. Deary, testosterone is a hell of a drug. I mean, fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He got the get right. I I'm just if there wasn't the ad for the crosses at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with one of the comments. Like they don't look like the same person. However, we don't always look I don't know. I don't know if it's the same person or not. It doesn't look like it's the same person in some of them.
It just looks like they photoshopped his head onto somebody else's body.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
whatever. I was like, oh well.
Oh, I sent you this, and I mean, this is going back to our beginning conversation, but I sent you this.
Oh, Noodles, what's up, dude? I have to hit you up. I'm gonna message you to see if you can come on. The boys want to have you come on. So we're gonna hopefully we'll be able to do a podcast together.
This is the proof we were talking about earlier.
Criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back
Same thing.
just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Okay. So what's the difference now?
Committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked, they're gone. If they've been working and are law abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes.
Oh yeah, she was the one that said this because I heard this before and I was like,
yeah,
why don't we do this?
And you have to try to learn English and you have to wait in line.
So
same words.
Yeah, pretty much.
Same words? Did I miss
I
something?
mean, the delivery might have been different, but pretty much same shit.
Fucking
there's
many people in our life that their delivery is not great.
I'm annoyed by this. I'm a Christian, but not Jack. Seems unfair. Yeah, I know. I don't. That last one.
But so why do you think that there is such a pushback? Is it literally because everybody hates Donald Trump?
Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome.
It's literally because it's him.
Yeah.
Any other president, there's a little bit more understanding. There's a little bit more compassion. There's a little bit more. Let's wait and see what happens. There's a little bit more trust in believing what he says, and where we all can agree that we think that criminals shouldn't be here and all this type of stuff.
If Kamala said the same exact shit that Hillary said, she may have won. Because people would have been like, okay, all those middle of the road, like Democrats who are like, I hate all this shit, but okay, she's saying something that maybe I can get in line with. There's a possibility they would have voted for her. But because she said absolutely nothing, everybody's like, fuck it, we out. Or they didn't vote, one or the other. They just don't want Trump so badly.
Or anybody that he has appointed, like doesn't like any of them, like fighting back a ton.
They hate him so much, and they have painted him as like the Antichrist for so long that
they can't get.
They
past
have to make him
specifically.
That. They have to make him that. If they don't make him the Antichrist, if they don't make him Hitler, if they don't make him, and he doesn't become that, then they've been wrong for 12 years. If he does everything he promises, let him lower the grocery bill. If this motherfucker,
he's been in office for 10 days.
I know,
and our eggs are not lower.
I know. But
our gas is not lower.
Let this motherfucker lower the grocery bill within a year. Dems are going to lose their fucking mind. There's going to no one will ever believe a Democratic politician ever again. Ever. They're going to lose their shit. If Trump actually does shit that they can.
You think he's gonna?
That's
yes,
I do.
You think he's
that
gonna.
He can that people can tangibly like, oh, I'm only paying $7.95 for eggs instead of $17.95 for eggs. If
Girl, I told you. So
if he does that,
so much for eggs.
They're I don't know
eggs
how
out
they
here.
recover.
A dozen eggs in some stores are $11.
I can't.
$11.
Yeah, it's insane.
Insane. I went to the grocery store, got nothing, and spent almost $200.
Hey, I can already tell who the next.
Crazy.
I've been saying like, hey, who are the Dems gonna prop up to be their fucking superstar? I know who it is now. Fetterman.
I was like, isn't it Gavin Newsom?
No, it's
maybe,
gonna be,
maybe not anymore because of the fires.
It's gonna be Fetterman. Pull up. Can you Google Fetterman real quick? That's gonna be their superstar. He's the dude that wears the sweatshirts and the like cut off
Wayne?
short.
No.
I don't know. Just do Fetterman politician. It'll pop up. He's a Democrat from Jersey. And that's their Hashtag, you're right. TDS.
Oh, this is the one that
is a hell of a disease.
This one walks around in a sweatshirt.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
he go to the inauguration in like
Fuck yeah.
shorts?
He went in khaki shorts.
Oh, this one?
And that dude.
This one?
Yeah, John Fetterman. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're gonna pump him up. Can you hit images? Just go to go back and hit images. He's the one that.
Oh yeah. He's always in a sweatshirt.
Look at this motherfucker. Yeah.
I'm about it. Be comfy, man.
He's the one. He's already like positioning himself. Pause. To be in the middle. Pause. God damn, I can't say anything. But yeah, he's gonna be the Democrat. They're gonna jump.
Is he a leftist or is he more of a centrist?
He's a Democrat, but he's making himself seem like a centrist, and he's calling out people on the left, calling out people on the right. He went on The View, fought with The View. And yeah, Hashtag, I know what you're saying, but Democrats have to do that shit. So I don't know if he has brain damage. I know he had a stroke. I get it. But like, he's the one that is saying the shit that the Democrats that left and voted otherwise or didn't vote at all. He's the one saying shit that they actually want to hear. And he's not for Donald Trump. He's not against Donald. Like that's where they're going to go. I guarantee you that's where we're going to go. That's where they're going to go.
Yeah.
They won't learn. I know it doesn't look like it, right? It sucks. It really does suck that it just.
Listen, there's a couple big people that have changed their mind. How's everybody feeling about Stephen A. changing his mind about a lot of things?
Homie was funny.
About a lot of things. I mean,
do I have the clip? I
a lot
don't
of
think
people
I have the clip. No, I don't. Damn it. But yeah. No, I'm not mad at Stephen A. For a second I thought Charlemagne was starting to think for himself. He's definitely not. I watched him on his own, I watched him on Breakfast Club, and he's definitely not. He's still. But Stephen A, I don't know.
We'll see you next time, girl.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out.
Awesome. So hopefully he'll.
It's a lot.
I don't know.
Like I said, we don't like change. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. There's a lot of shock to a lot of things, but
hey, you better start jumping on the look. All right, here's this. Look, here.
He's gonna be here for the next 4 years, so
I don't know if he means this shit or not, but Nelly jumped on.
For money, I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It don't matter who is in office. The same way that our men and women, our brothers and sisters who protect this country, have to go to war and have to put their life on the line for whoever in office. So if they can put their life on the line for whoever in office, I can damn sure perform for whoever.
Like, that's Nelly. Fucking Nelly. I didn't even know he knew who was in office. But he out here. I'm okay. I'm not mad at it.
Listen, it continues to show and prove that the most supportive, inclusive.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not.
At all.
They're not. And I think that is the most eye-opening thing about even just questioning things and looking at things differently and potentially having a difference of opinion or looking at the details a little bit closer, that if you do not agree 100%, then they literally call you everything and anything. They literally say that you're fucking stupid and they cast you to the side. That is the difference in the responses from Democrats and Republicans.
So far, yeah.
So far that I've seen, that I've been a part of conversations, that whatever.
I mean, they yell at us like, oh, Trump's followers, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, the Democrat followers are way worse. Way worse. They don't even want to talk. They'll disown you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Good Lord. Are you talking about Fetterman? Dude can't even talk. Yeah. I get that. But if you've seen like kind of his press lately, it feels like they're setting him up because he's just cool. He's in a sweatshirt. He's in hoodies. He appeals. He doesn't I don't know. It just feels like that. I see it. He was talking to George Clooney the other day. They were at lunch hanging out. And Clooney is the one who got rid of Biden for Kamala. So if there's a Democrat out there talking to Clooney, it's kind of Dem followers are like Eagles fans. Jeez.
The difference is the Eagles fans are very happy right now.
Fetterman versus Vance would be a slaughter. So Vance wins or Fetterman wins? Who you saying is gonna slaughter? I don't know, dude. They're trying to pump this dude. They're gonna put him in like a MTV t-shirt and then throw him into like hang out with like Charlie Kirk or some shit. And then all right. I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous, dude. I like Vance. I'm a Vance fan. I like him. I'm not mad at Vance at all. I'm just saying I'm just throwing my hat in the ring for what I think that Dems are going to do next, and I think it's Fetterman. So, but yeah. Otherwise, I'll just leave you guys with this. I meant to play this on the Hog Talk show the other day, and I didn't get to it because
my Reese's meme was hilarious.
That's true. And so I'm just going to throw this in there right now.
Hey, how's it going? We all need to go down to the river because none of us thought that's what was about to pop up out of them pants.
I love him. This guy, Justin, he's hilarious. I fucking love him.
Dude, I was not ready. I saw that. I was like, they're not going to do this on Instagram.
I'm like,
right
they're
now.
about to do this shit.
This is not going to be a full hog on Instagram.
Fucking love him. He's so great.
That was fire.
So fucking funny. I love that guy. He is hilarious.
That was good. I totally meant to play that for Jake and Jan, and I ran out of time. So, but guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We just wanted to come jump back on,
hang out,
talk about whatever. No notes, no nothing, just hanging out.
Yeah.
We got Brock coming on to talk to us on Saturday, and then Ellie Hiller will be back on Sunday. And just chilling. Hope everybody. Fetterman used to go on Savon show all the time. Legit? Where was
Nully?
that? Really?
No, Nully.
Oh, Nully?
The Justin guy that you just played for.
Legit?
He's hilarious.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
So funny. He's hilarious.
I gotta go. I'll have to go look that up. I didn't see those ones. Maybe that was back when I was only watching for CrossFit and not for actual.
And not for anything else.
Yeah. Kenneth Lap, Jody, everybody has check. D Reed. D Reed, tell Judy we said hi. And we will catch up with you over the weekend. Hope you guys have fun. I don't know what other shows are coming up because I'm lazy with Instagram, but go check them all out. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us always. We appreciate you.
See you next time.
Kenneth the Lap, deuces.